Alright, here's the rough guide on how to play Globe Gear. I'll do a bigger, better guide in the future, but for now, just so people that join can figure out the game, it's a quick guide. This is how you find games. You'll have all the servers. This enters the training group. This is under development and will be used in the future. Change your settings of this one. Credits, of course. Anyway, the most important tab on this screen is equipment. It changes what you can use. Now, an important thing to think about is for each of these, you can press the gear icon and change things about them. So for my bolt here, I can click on it and this changes the shape of the bolt, which doesn't do anything, but it's cosmetic. This changes the color, again, just cosmetic. But specifically for guns, you can change different weapon types. You can have a piercing assault rifle, for example, but we can also change the variant to say a battle rifle or SMG, and it changes the stats and the damage of the weapon. I'm just going to hop into the training room and show all the controls and the UI. Right. Basic controls. WASD to move. Left click does your left hand weapon. Right click attacks with your right hand weapon. And middle mouse button zooms in. So you can use it for aiming your gun better, get better accuracy, or for a sniper scope. It works the exact same with a springboard, but some things like cloak, you just toggle it on and it does its thing. If I press left click, it doesn't do anything. Other controls are control to crouch, but that's not particularly useful. Space is jump. You can hold down the button and get a jumpier jump, get higher. You just hold W and shift, you get sprint. If you just tap shift, you get a dash. Pretty good. 1 through to 8 are different hands. So for this hand, for snipers, when you're aimed in, you can adjust the zoom with the scroll wheel. Each sniper has a different minimum. So for Kestrel, it's 2.5 times, and maximum zoom for Kestrel is 20 times. And some of them have different default zooms. The Pelican, for example, is on 10 times. Caster cubes. Each one has different minimum and maximum splits, and each one is in different increments. So Bolt does the most. Bolt can be set to 0 split, 1 split, all the way up to 4 split. The way you change it is by holding down the button to use the bolt. You hold it down. You use the scroll wheel to go through them. So you can change which one you want. You can go for 1, 2, 3. So, for example, when you've got a caster program out, you can use the corresponding Z or X or Z, these buttons down here. Now, that will change the mode. So if you can see in the bottom right, it says cluster. If I press X, it goes to rapid mode, which is... Now, for my bolt, I can also use the scroll wheel after splitting it to change the amount I shoot out. So I shoot 12 of my 27, or I can shoot 3 of now my 15. Or I can just shoot the whole thing. Right, the different bars on your screen represent different things. The green bar represents my health. Green bar goes down. Now, if you saw, this small white bar also went down. This is your stability. Now, your stability indicates how long you can sprint for, if you can use a charge jump, if you can dash. The mobility gears also affect stability. Now, once this gets to a certain threshold, you can no longer perform certain actions. This is the maximum I can go without sprinting. And if I dash, I will not be able to sprint for a small amount of time until it regens. It's useful to know that using the action for each stage, so for example sprinting, you can't go below the threshold for sprinting, or using your sprint. So if as you can see at the bottom, it won't go down anymore once I'm sprinting. The bar underneath that indicates your energy. Energy is used to reload your gears. As we can see, energy and then reload. That bar in the bottom left, it's the training room, so I have infinite ammo, but that bar will a bar will appear. So if we can see my massive unit has a bar, that would be representing your ammo and how fast it will recharge. And every time you have to recharge bullets, every time you reload a gun or pass the cube, then you will have to spend energy to get your ammo back. And that bar will show you how long it's taking to recharge your energy. In the top right, we have radar signature. A radar signature, quite simply, goes up when you fire. My big bolt here will go up quite a lot because this bolt does a lot of damage. Now, what this bar does at the top right under the map, as you can see with all these red dots, now these are decoys, targets, so they will give a big red dot, but essentially you'll show up as a red dot on the map if this is high. The higher it is, the further away you can be seen. The other thing that the radar signature does is affect homing power. So for Hunter, if it's in a red or orange, you'll definitely get hit with some hard homing unless you can dodge it. But if it's super low, then like this, it's not doing anything to you. So certain items can be changed using the scroll wheel. So as we can see in the bottom left, my blink, if I use the scroll wheel up and down, I can change the target distance, how far I will blink. So I can go all the way down to 10 meters, up to my blink, or I could go quite far and do maximum distance, super far. Caltrops, it's the same. You spawn in one tiny little caltrop. But if I put 24, another thing I want to talk about is barrier. So barrier has 3 different modes. It has this look mode where it will follow where you look, provided you don't spin too quickly for the second. There we go, caltrops are not. Yeah, okay. Where was I? Look mode. What is your cursor? Remember to use Z or Z to change it. This is automatic mode. That's kind of hard to show in the training room. But essentially, wherever you get shot from, that first shot will hit you, but then the barrier will automatically go change to block the shots for you. Really good against the gunner. You don't have to think about them. You just put it out and it will auto adjust. Last one is manual. Just hold down the use button on manual mode and you can adjust it how you want, then you let go and leave it. So certain weapons have unique properties, especially melee. Now this is Dragoon, right? 1 second it's an axe. Now it's a spear. With completely different properties. So that's the basicest of basic controls guide, UI guide. Yeah, better guide coming soon.